This place is all the things I want for my kids and all the things I want for the young people of my tribe. This place is medicine. This place is my home. It's my mama. It's my heart.
Nananiha Sammy Matsa. My name is Sammy Matsa. Me and my wife, Jessica.
We are taking our community, our tribal members, our tribal youth onto the river of the Middle Fork of the Salmon.
The Middle Fork is really ideal for these trips. There's no fences, there's no roads, there's very little to any fragmentation or disconnection of habitat. And I didn't see this growing up. A lot of the adults here on the reservation haven't seen it. A lot of the youth haven't seen it. My wife didn't see the Middle Fork until she was adult. And so I think what we're offering isn't just a free trip on the river, but actually a great opportunity to reconnect to a really special place to us.
For these trips, we're doing a lot of things. Atate, Luzaha, Eli, Fisher, Warren, time for class. Kids, Gimai.
We're gonna play a game.
These are our agay. So what is agay? Salmon. I'm gonna roll them, and you're gonna try to throw your spear through the hoop. So we're learning how to hunt and fish. This is helping with hand-eye coordination. So which one is gonna be harder to get through? Yes. Do we got that? Thumbs up? Yes? All right. We ready? Here we go.
We, as Shoshone Bannock tribal members, we've wanted to do something that moves us forward. So we've been building this curriculum for our river school.
Ooh, that was so cool.
We're using science, technology, engineering, education, art, and mathematics. And most important, we bring our culture into it as well. But there's many aspects.
It's a trip where we can feel safe to laugh together, to challenge each other. And I really love being here because it's a time we can calm down and fish and just watch the kids play and just really celebrate as a community. Like I can imagine that that's how it was in the past, in our how things used to be. I feel like Sam and I have been together for not just this life, but we've been together before. Sometimes he needs help talking through his feelings. And I feel like that's where I can help him.
So Jessica, she's this old spirit who's all about her emotions. She will tell you how she feels about something, and she will acknowledge your feelings, and she will get you to talk through those feelings and get you to understand where you're at, whether you like it or not.
He's really smart. He knows a lot of things about a lot of things.
She's so powerful, and I just love her so much.
He's been with me at my very lowest when I felt broken. He made me not be ashamed of those things. He helps me to see my own strength.
I just think she's the most beautiful person who takes care of me and protects me. And I love her for that every day. She's this wonderful human being who's helped in my healing. And both of us are still going through a process of healing.
Before Sam and I were married, I was in a violent relationship, and that man tried to murder me.
I was deployed into Iraq as an infantryman with IEDs and RPGs and small arms fire. We both know what it means to risk our lives and have our lives before us and think that we're not going to live much longer. As Native Americans, what we're going through as an Indian or an indigenous person, that's just full of challenge. Jess and I, we have our own personal stories, but as a tribe, we have this really ugly past. Just over 100 years ago, our ancestors were removed from this place, from the Middle Fork of the Salmon River. Trying to reconcile that for me starts out as a really sad feeling, and a feeling of loss, and a feeling of disconnection from all of the things that when those people left over 100 years ago, all the things that they probably wanted to teach the next generation, that they were used to teaching the next generation. So that disconnect very literally from who we are today to who we were then, and then trying to come back to that. We're working towards this challenge. And that, in many ways, is what these trips are all about.
There's this campsite. I look forward to it every year. And we do our traditional foods night. And I really love being here because there's these mussels. We go in the water and gather them. And I can't see them, but I just feel for them and talk to them. I let them know that we're here and that we're really happy to see them. I call these guys grandpas because they're pretty old, some of them. You know, the really big ones that fit in your hand, they're like 100 years old. And so these guys are probably like, I could guess they're about 80 years old, and they've seen a lot. And I like to think that their ancestors knew my ancestors and that we're reconnecting again. They're really beautiful. I'm gonna clean them here in a little bit. I'll ask my girls to help me. I think they're saying, hey, where have you been? We've been waiting for you. We missed you. I'm so excited I bit my lip.
Never mind.
I really pushed. Did you miss it?
For our tribal youth, we've noticed that there's this theme going on. When we first get going on the river, they seem uneasy, and they seem to be afraid of the river. And maybe this is because they've never known a world without constraints. Back on the Fort Hall Indian Reservation, they see potato fields, wheat fields, they see canals, ditches, roads, highways, dams, and are sometimes living in the deficit statistics that are reported about Native American people. We have high substance abuse, suicide rates, obesity, diabetes. And so it's really hard for them to imagine what the world looks like when it isn't fragmented and disconnected.
Yep, tight enough.
And so I think for them to see this unrestricted landscape really frees them. And after a couple days, they start to ease into it and they start to realize where they're at, and they start to realize the freedom that they have and their own identity on that landscape. And they start to feel their own self coming free from what they feel from on the reservation.
Get ready to pull over.
This whole river is so spiritual. I love this place. And it has a lot of meaning.
When we stop at cultural sites, I realize that those places are very important to how we used geography, how we used mathematics, science, technology, and how we were teaching and learning that throughout the year. And I think about how my ancestors would have used the land to get water and to get food and to hunt and to fish and to gather. And so I think really deeply about our language and the culture and what it means to revitalize that and bring it back to life.
It's just such a powerful place to be somewhere that your ancestors were at, that you could see how they lived and experience what our people are capable of. That's why I think that when you go down the Middle Fork, it's almost like you're calling your spirit back to you. That maybe that's the part of you that needed to be taken care of.
Everyone gather over here.
Tate, Malia, Anna. So find your name and where you're sitting. Okay, find your spot, find your spot.
Mom, I didn't get cake.
Nobody got cake yet, okay? Okay, here we go. There's this transformation that happens, like every day going down the river. We see it in drum making, in drawing, when we're painting, during science class.
These are real big.
And during math lessons. Tate, where's the radius at?
The middle.
Yes, good job. I just see their confidence building in who they are. I see them coming out of their shell or coming out of this uncertainty and starting to just show us who they are and showing themselves who they are too. I just know that a lot of beautiful things happen when we're on the river together.
The last evening that we're on the river, we've been noticing our youth saying, okay, this is who I am. These are my homelands. This is my identity. I feel free, and this is my home. This is where I want to stay, and they don't want to leave the river. Their transformation that they go through is really impressive for the week that we're on the river. Within the 7 days we're here.
I'd like everyone to stand and dance. Try to get in the circle. The way this one goes is that you double time it. So I'll dance with you guys. Saiboya, 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 Saiboya. Yaro yagara mando yara mando wegwandora. Biaro yagara mando yara mando wegwandora. Saiboya, 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 Saiboya. Biaro yagara mando yara mando wegwandora. Yara yagara mando yara mando wigwindora. Advance. Yara yagara mando yara mando wigwindora. I want to thank all of you, and I hope some of you keep that dance and keep some of the songs in your heart. Thank you very much.
We had a lot of really great learning moments happening along the river, and I have a memory and a thank you and deep appreciation to every single one of you. And so the fact that you all gave us your trust to get you down the river means a lot to us. The trust of my family to bring my siblings down the river means a lot to me.
Honestly, don't know what to say. 'Cause outside of this place, I have had no real life. But when I come here, I have no life other than to be with you guys. It's just thank you all for letting me sing and share my heart with you guys. 'Cause when I go home, I'm not gonna have the same laughter that I have with you guys. I'm not gonna have the same joy as when I'm hanging on for dear life with Sterling. But right here on this river holds my heart, and this river is my heart's home, and I want to thank you all.
I wanted to let you all know that you're wonderful and you're smart, hard workers. This is gonna make me cry. I'm just so proud of you, all of you, that you're mathematicians, and we've always been mathematicians, and I just love you guys a lot, all of you.
We love you guys.
We do.
Thank you for being here.
So when I see you off the river, I'm still Auntie Jess, okay? All right. And Mom. And sister. All right. Thank you. I get a little bit emotional because, like, we need each other, and when we're missing that part about our identity, or we're missing that connection that we used to have, then we're not whole people. And when we start to facilitate just having that love again, it makes me excited, not just for myself, but my kids. It goes beyond me. It goes, my grandkids are gonna know about these relatives and this river, and I don't know what the feeling is called, but I know that in order to ensure that my family is taken care of, I need to do this. So.
The river is a really powerful life force. It has the ability to wash the land, and that healing force and that healing energy, it can carry the things within us that need to be carried away. When we travel down the river, it's not surprising that there's a transformation of who we are. It's really carrying us and helping us heal.
My greatest hopes are just to take more of our tribal youth down the river. They're in this place where they're just about ready to go into the world on their own. And I feel like it would just be a good foundation for them to experience their home and just thrive and grow from it. I see kids right now who could just use it. Yeah. I just know that the river would change their lives.